Okay, that's
Okay.
recording.
Let me see if I can play with the other bot. Please work.
The Jedi
Are
Temple.
we all back? Are we all here?
I think so.
Yeah, that's probably a good question.
Has Cop said anything this whole time?
No,
He might be at the hospital.
Yeah, he's at the
He's
hospital.
at the hospital?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
anything serious?
His wife has a perforated ear.
Oh gosh.
That sounds unpleasant, but
Yeah.
It could be worse, I guess. I don't know.
what does perforated ear mean? I'm illiterate in medical
Is
shit.
it like the
No.
outer ear or like the
There's-
inside of it?
There's a hole going
middle
down
ear.
into the.
No, I guess it's the
Yeah.
separation between the outer and middle.
That's a threshold. Oh god.
That sounds
all
fucking
right.
shitty.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Okay, hopefully she gets better soon, rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That aside, that morbid business side. Are we all here?
Yeah. That more
Jordan?
business size. Hey, here's Samurai Darth Maul.
Samurai
There you go.
Darth Maul.
Oh, I'm doing that. His face would be like like an Oni mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Stealing that. Is Jordan here?
Yeah, he said he is.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, let's play that music, Soldier Boy.
Play that funky music, white boy.
Oh, come on. It's not
Jordan's got me.
working,
Jordan's
God.
got me for fucking musical references.
Oh god damn it. Okay, that's fine. Why music bot? Let me see if I can find a 10-hour version. So I had to spam it a bajillion times. Oh, I found a 30-minute version. That's good.
Yeah, that'll work.
We take those. We take those.
So as you settle in, grab some snacks and enjoy yourself, you do see the doors open and a cadre of individuals walked in, all sharing one unifying feature: their red cloaks. From the top, you see the most familiar of them, Dayron, at the side of a lady who wears white bone armor with long flowing red hair and a long flowing battle dress around the darkened blue leathers, next to the two swords at her side. Her skin that is visible underneath her mask is pale white with red streaks that run along. As she enters, following them, a relatively tall but lithe man in a red overcoat that's buttoned up to the right side of it, with long flowing coattails and black leathered pants. Coming in with a large spellbook and a staff at his side. He wears what looks to be some kind of respirator mask with it as well.
That's pretty looking ass.
Next to him, in flowing robes with a red cloak that wraps around the head, you see, well, Garth, you see a very familiar person.
He immediately just looks more pissed, like, God damn it.
As you do, Kadash notices you and does a little finger roll wave.
He does respectfully like a 2-finger flick salute while gritting his fucking teeth.
Behind Kadash stands a very regal looking individual with a black and red cloak and long red armor, looking almost lordly and emblazoned with scorpions on his whole attire. Next to him is a woman who carries a small orb at her side and many daggers as well as a crossbow at her back. and more traditional gear that's long and flowing to not restrict movement, her red cloak flows at her side. After them, a man in obsidian black armor that looks cold around it, and long, bright red flowing gear with a mask that resembles a stern and solemn face. You see he carries multiple whips at his side as well as a sword, and he looks down on you as he walks. Following them, you see, for most of you, someone familiar, and black leathers that are rather subdued, as well as a long flowing cloak, and a white and black mask with a blood red hawk at his side. You see Pietro. Beside him, wearing no armor at all, but instead loose-fitting clothes with a black trim and a red scarf wrapped around his red hood, an individual carrying only several knives at his side and appears to be relatively loosely geared. Bringing up the rear is someone who is cloaked in all red, who carries a single blade at his back that looks relatively unused, who you can't make out his arms or legs, as he seems to almost be a flowing red robe that walks, but underneath it is a porcelain white mask that the black looks like it's dripping down over on top. Next to him and breaking up the rear is a long black-haired woman with olive tan skin and the ruddiest of all the cloaks that appears to be losing much of its colors, but doesn't wear any armor with her. She has her hands wrapped and seems to be blood-stained on them, as well as these light red gloves she wears under them. Gregor, the whole time she's walking in, she stares daggers at you.
Interesting. I'll stare back. Can I insight check why I'm getting the dagger stare?
Absolutely.
We've heard of her before. I remember when we first met Dayrun and Pietro. Nomad.
You have
Correct.
guidance?
You would.
Okay.
You see her, and her gaze does not lose sight of you, always focused in a predatory like manner, like an animal stalking its prey. You do see Lord Telamon, as well as Lord Maven and the Grand Watcher, followed by the Cardinal and the other lords and watchmen, stand up at the table and do a clap as Lord Telamon raises his glass toward Lady Diana. Just says, "The blood cloaks," as everyone follows their example before taking their seat. Entering at the rear is a man wrapped in obsidian armor with light red and gold trims and almost what appears to be a crown on his leathered helmet. He has a wicked looking blade that looks like it's made of pure energy at his side before taking his seat at the main table. As they sit and greet, Diana walks up to the main table to do her introduction. As you go back from the Saul spectacle that is raised, well, no
Oh.
need to wait. Gregor, as you're sitting there eating your meal, you feel a sense about you as you move just in time to see, not aiming for you, but aiming next to you, a dagger stab into the table. As you look over, you see her brown eyes peering right into yours. As she looks at you, she says, "What a pathetic waste."
How old are you two?
Do not bother with pleasantries. Know this, whelp. I care about one thing and one thing only. So how about this? Let's make a wager. If you're not too much of a bitch.
Sure.
As soon as this starts, you, me, 1v1. Let's settle once and for all. Who is the greatest child of Fraudna in this generation?
Yeah, why not? I'm not afraid.
Oh boy.
Perfect. And see you out of there, little puppy. Do not disappoint. She goes back to her seat, but her eyes are always in your general direction.
I think she likes you.
I was thinking the same thing, but no.
He'll kind of like, loosen up his shoulders.
Did you make a new friend or something?
I guess so.
Nothing to worry about, Gregor. She's all bark, no bite.
Was that intentional?
It was.
We'll find out. If it's not a trick, I wouldn't expect any wrong. Come fight me alone. Don't mind my team that's gonna jump you.
I would do the same thing.
We know.
Hey, whatever it takes to
Right.
win.
I'm just
I know.
saying she do be coming on a little strong, yeah.
I know, right? You
If
think
you
I
ask
insult-
me, he just throws his hands up. Maybe she a little bit insecure.
Aren't you taken?
I mean, yeah? You think that's what it is?
I can't tell, honestly.
Perhaps we should wait to see if she raises her leg and pisses on you.
Wise, very wise.
Do you think I should take her up on it?
Let's wait and see.
I think that's a
Yeah.
question only you can answer.
We're talking about piss over here.
Lion, that the note that brought you over.
Piss boy looking for piss?
It's located.
Did I just hear yellow?
He sees yellow and seeing red.
As you do, Jericho, Pietro does come over to you.
Oh boy, here we go. Stand up to meet him.
He sees you stand up, and throws out a hand.
Hey.
No, take it. You bring the bird.
Me and no matter always together.
Nah, I know. Good to see you again, Pietro. Been too long.
You look well, Jericho.
So do you. Much to my chagrin. It means I'm actually have to try.
He takes his helmet off and sweeps his brown, almost shoulder-length hair back. How did you do it?
Do what?
I can't sense it on you right now. So how did you cleanse yourself?
We'll talk after this exhibition.
He
I'll spill
holds a hand up. Fine. I do not want to reveal secrets that might help you in the competition. Just know, for the little it's worth, you have gained my respect.
It's worth more than you might think.
He, with a smile, says, I never disliked you, only what was inside.
Well, on that we're in the same boat.
He smiles, does a little nod. Then maybe we can share a drink before the bloodshed. To celebrate victory. Yours over your nature, and mine over your class.
Just don't invite the bird.
I suppose no might consider.
I doubt you can hold this liquor anyway.
You hear a call from behind you.
Yeah, he's perched up there in the. Oh, he's not. Where is he? Oh yeah, he is.
He's
Sorry,
he's,
wrong
he's
one.
camouflaged.
Yeah,
It's like a tiny
zoomed-
shot
zoomed
glass.
far in. What is it with our generation and birds anyway?
They seem to be the example, right? Birds represent freedom, no?
Yeah, just don't fly too high. How free is that?
He, does a you got a point there expression towards you. Regardless, let me let you get back to it. But once
you get
again,
back to your table.
congratulations.
Get back to your table, otherwise your brothers and sisters might start gossiping about us.
Oh, the scandal.
Turn away from him with a nod. Sit back down.
As they sit down, do y'all do anything?
Good debrief everyone on Thatcher.
Which
Uh,
one do you think?
Go for it. We're both gonna ask like which one you think it is.
Yeah.
Personally,
As you say that, Dayron does come over.
Oh,
Good to see you all again. Though I thought there was going to be more of you.
We had a couple people tap out. They have obligations elsewhere.
Ah,
You lot scared him off.
yeah. Thanks a lot.
You know Valkyrie, she gets squeamish at the sight of blood.
he just looks at you. A joke, right?
you look at you on
buddy.
one day.
Oh, buddy.
I've been saving him up for this
Seem
moment.
less cheery than last time.
He just nods. I am sorry to hear about your friend Castor.
Hmm.
I had only known him as an honorable warrior.
He's in a better place now.
That's the truth!
He
The
just
best
looks
lie?
confused. They found him then.
No. He's dead, Damon. But it's better than a life like this. A life of war. And horrors beyond the world.
He just nods.
You didn't know Castor too well, Damon, but I will tell you this. He was, at his soul, a man of peace. Put in a position of a warrior.
Then I choose to celebrate him as a warrior in a garden, and not the traitor he was bred.
He had his breaking point. But how have you been?
Well
Taking on
enough, I suppose.
taking on the Blood Knight mantle well?
until my successor or more are trained.
So then. But it hasn't even been what? It's been a couple months. You feel any different?
The headaches are more frequent. That's to be expected. From what I've heard, they're coming on at a far faster rate than should be.
What does that mean?
Not sure, but it did take Daxos 10 years to reach the point that I have in 6.
Are they increasing in intensity or only in frequency?
He just sort of like looks down, pulls off a glove, and like shows his hand is slightly trembling. Becoming more exacerbated. I think that seems to be the way of things. Like the world is preparing for what's to come.
Maybe you pushed yourself harder than he did.
Maybe it's just a situation of the brighter you burn, the faster you burn.
Yeah.
Perhaps so, but let's not talk of ill tidings.
Of course.
Can I insight check him?
Absolutely.
Because
What
he
the
was
essential?
willing to. He was willing to tap out of the match before because he doesn't care about the blood cooks. If he's
Wants us to
mentally, if he's mentally debilitated, that means he would be medically tapped out, or he'd at least have an excuse to.
Hmm.
But is that
Oh, are you saying like, oh, I'm faking it so I don't have to fight?
yes? Or he has a public reason for why he's pulling punches.
It's hard to say, but what you're sure of is that he doesn't even know fully what.
Hmm.
Your mic changed. I think
I
somebody came up.
accidentally unplugged my mic. He
Oh, okay,
doesn't
okay.
even fully know what's going on.
So he's telling the truth at least.
Correct.
Unfortunately, so.
But what he's also telling you is he points over that one right there in the coat. That is my cousin Malachi.
Which one in the coat? Over here.
Ma-
I'm going to start throwing their names up.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
I think Jericho balks at him. There's my father's name.
Is that right?
Inside check. Inside check.
Damn it!
Glenn, you gotta stop rolling bad on these insights.
I'm spending them on low ball efforts.
Bradford.
Okay, low ball efforts. It's totally the truth.
Yeah, I don't know because there's so many different roles. I guess the people that rolled good, yeah, he's telling the truth.
That was your papa's name.
I'm not gonna bother rolling anything for it. Have you guys known Jericho to really lie about shit like that?
I mean, maybe
We
for a
have
bit,
been doing-
but you also make it pretty clear it's a bit.
We've also have been in a joking mood for the entire time we've been in this building.
Yeah, true. Yeah, funny
Well,
coincidence.
Don't suppose it's Malachi Jr. or the second or something.
No,
Then you might have a cousin or a sibling.
I know.
Hopefully not so similar. Malachi is a Sangroman, and one of the best that's came out of the Black Tower in a long time.
Sangromancy.
I think.
What difference is Sangromancy from Hemocraft?
More focused into the arcane, less the esoteric. More structured.
Ah,
Just like magic pulls from domains, it pulls from the blood.
so there's still a cost.
If you wear him out, he'll have less reserves than others.
Is he saying this loud enough for them to hear?
He's certainly not lowering his voice and
Very
challenging them to
good.
do any damn thing about it.
Oh my god.
Winston's gonna like at hearing that he's gonna look at the person in question and see what their response is.
Lucian starts taking notes.
Turn around, pointing. You son of a bitch.
What is
He looks
Malachi's
back.
expression?
He seems to be studying you, as if he welcomes the challenge to find out just how deep his reserves go.
Possibly, but to fuck around.
Gonna do a 2-finger flick